friends. How's everyone doing today? Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I thought we would kind of slow things down a little bit and just sort of take a little notice about how we're feeling, what's happening inside of our bodies, what's happening inside of our minds, because things are really different, aren't they? I'm sure for many of you, your March break has been very different than what it was going to be. And the adults in your lives might feel a little bit, you might be sensing that they're a little bit nervous or a little different as well. And you have to stay away from your friends right now, and lots of hand washing. There's a lot of things that might make us feel a little bit nervous or questioning, but I think there's also some things that we can think about that we can be grateful for. We're having more time with our family and our families gathered around us. We're able to sit and enjoy some meals together with our families. Maybe you've even been able to help in the kitchen. I hope that you have. And for any of our Bobatry kids, hope you've been able to get out your recipe books and share some of our Bobatry recipes with your family. So let's enjoy that time that we have to play games and to watch some movies and just be grateful for the way that this March break has unfolded, because that's what it is. We can't change that. And there's a lot of things happening in the world that we can allow the adults in our lives to worry about. We don't have to take those worries on ourselves. So let's take a minute and I want to show you my anchor. So I want you to think about what does an anchor really do? Well, an anchor can hold a ship still in the ocean or in a lake, and it holds that ship very still even if there's a storm around us. Even if it's windy and it's really blowy, that anchor will be able to keep that ship safe and secure when it needs to be. And it's interesting that when I sit in my mindful body, I kind of think my body looks a little bit like an anchor. So here are my knees. Try it with me, if you will. So we're going to sit down and we're going to just sit with our legs crossed, and we'll kind of practice this a little bit. So let's move around a bit. I think about my bottom as being the bottom part of the anchor, and it's really grounding into the earth. That kind of helps me to feel a little bit more steady. And then when we have our legs crossed, doesn't it look a little bit like the bottom of the anchor as well? And then if we think about this part of the anchor, our body, reaching all the way up, the chain or the rope that's at the top of the anchor connects to the ship. And that's what's going to hold the ship very still as the anchor is in the bottom of the water. So imagine that rope coming from the top of your head. Ooh, that straightens up my spine. That feels really good. And I'm sitting in my anchor body, or your mindful body. Let's take a minute now and practice our anchor breath. So while we're sitting tall, you can close your eyes or just look down at the mat, if you will. And I want you to put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. So this is your anchor point. And let's take a breath in and then let that breath come out. You try that again with me. Notice how the breath is moving in your body. Does your breath feel shallow or deep? Is it long? Or is it short? Bring any attention to where you feel that breath coming in and leaving. And see if you can try it 3 times to make a little rhythm. This is called our anchor breath. Will you do it with me? We'll do it 3 times. I find that an anchor breath can help me when I need to feel a little bit grounded. When things around me feel uncertain, like right now in the world, my anchor breath helps me to feel like I can keep my body, like the ship, steady and calm even if it feels stormy around me, even if the wind is blowing, I have a chance through my anchor breath and my mindful body to steady myself because I'm strong and I'm secure and I have lots of people around me that are supporting me and loving me, just like an anchor is strong and secure. That sometimes if it feels like I need a little bit more than that, what I like to do is I'm just even going to shake it off a little bit. So let's just shake it off. Shake your body out a little bit, shake your shoulders, shake your hands. Are you ready? Shake it all around. And even if you feel kind of that there's lots of yuckiness around, you can always brush it off. So just take your hands and just brush off that yuckiness. We don't need it, especially when we're doing some yoga together. And maybe you'll repeat after me. I let go easily and effortlessly. You want to try to say that with me? I let go easily and effortlessly. Beautiful. And then I find it helps me if I give thanks, if I practice gratitude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands and place them on my knees. And I'm just going to close my eyes again for a minute or look down. And just notice the place that you're in. Perhaps notice the colors, the smells, the sounds, and even how it feels on your mat or the carpet or the floor that you're sitting on. Imagine all the people who helped to make the house that you're in, or the apartment that you're in, or the floor or the carpet or your yoga mat. Imagine all those people. Think of them and think of the people that are here surrounding you and smile at them with your heart. And then repeat after me, I am grateful for today. That's right. Will you say it with me? I am grateful for today. Now we're going to take those hands and we're going to bring them to the side. Can you breathe in with me? And we're going to raise those arms all the way up into a V. There we go. Beautiful. How about a smile? That feels so good to stretch your fingers up. And then we're going to join our hands and we're going to pretend that our hands are like a rainbow full of colors. And we're going to wash those colors all the way down through our body. Perhaps that makes you feel calm and happy when you think of all the colors of the rainbow coming over your body. And will you say after me, the world is a magical place. Let's try it together. The world is a magical place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my hands facing up. And I'm going to point my palms up to the sky. And I want to lift my chest very high with the breath in. And I'm going to let that breath all the way out, and I'm going to think of all the things that make me special. Take a minute and think of all the things that make you special. I can think of a lot of things for each and every one of you. And then will you repeat after me? There is no one in the world quite like me. Shall we say it together? There is no one in the world quite like me. Beautiful. And now we're going to turn our hands down. We're going to find that anchor again. Feel how strong you are. And even if it's stormy outside, and if everything around you feels like it's changing every minute of the day, and you feel a little nervous or scared, find your anchor, that strong anchor with your tall spine. And let's take 3 anchor breaths together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And last time, inhale and exhale. You are quite remarkable. I want you to notice how you're feeling now after practicing our anchor breath. Sometimes I might even say to myself, I am anchored. And if I repeat that again, I am anchored, I can feel the strength of my anchor that's inside. I hope you'll be able to use your anchor breath anytime during the day that you feel you need to remind yourself of how strong and steady you are. So let's finish today, friends, by bringing our arms beside our body, and we'll breathe in together as we raise our arms all the way up. And then we'll exhale, bringing our hands down to our heart center. And will you repeat after me? May I be happy and healthy. May I be kind and caring. May I know that I am loved. Really, 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 really loved. And that all is well. My beautiful friends, the light within me shines in the light within each and every one of you. Namaste, my friends.